Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to Insert Name Here. It's a podcast about nothing for nobody. If you take it seriously, you're redacted. Let's start the show. Hey,
What's up?
hello and welcome to Insert Name Here. It's a podcast about nothing for nobody. If you take it seriously, you're redacted. I'm your co-host, Doug Bennett.
And nothing ever happens. I'm your other co-host, Seth Nacho.
Yeah, nothing does ever happen except for when it do. You know what I'm saying?
You got games on your phone? What are you doing?
You know me, man. I'm just climbing my ascensions. I'm slaying spires.
Is that you? Is that you getting your Emerald Edger right now?
On God, brother. You know me.
Yeah, dude. Nothing ever happens. What's the song? All the things you said, running through my head, running through my head. Do you know about this?
This is nothing now. You talking about the Russian girls that gay baited, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, these hot lesbians in a music video," but they weren't even gay.
No, I didn't. What?
That's that song.
They gay baited?
Yeah, dude. Like,
I was just thinking. So, do you know what a soy jack is?
Yeah, of course I do, brother. Don't cite the ancient text to me. I was there when they were written.
Yeah, exactly. Or like a Wojak.
Yeah.
It gets kind of confusing at some point.
Yeah.
Soy Jack's the one with Is Soy Jack the one where he's got his mouth open and he's like, my wife's boyfriend got me a Switch? Is that the
Yeah, so it all goes back. It starts with Wojak. Okay?
Yeah, which is just a dude.
This is done in response to Pepe's. When Pepe's got adapted by the alt-right in the first meme war. At the time we called it the Great War because there hadn't been a meme war yet.
Oh yeah, this is like World War I. Okay, got it, yeah.
But
we were in the trenches.
Yeah, the alt-right latched onto Pepe, and like this whole phrase called Kek, who was an ancient Egyptian frog god of chaos magic. And through the power of posting.
Yeah, I know what Kek really is from.
Well, no, it's two things, right? Kek is from 4chan culture, but then people went back and looked, and they're like, oh,
yeah, but you know why it was there?
It's it goes back to World of Warcraft.
Yes, exactly. You got it. You get the reference. Okay, it's like some races laugh, I think, or something.
Yeah, well, because you can't in OG World of Warcraft, you can't chat between factions. So, like, if an orc typed LOL and you're an alliance character, it's going to go Kek.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
But
it's a gaming reference, guys. Gaming. We love gaming.
Yeah. So when Pepe became like sort of this alt-right symbol,
we're having like the most. This is like a very serious discussion about memes. It's hilarious. Keep going. Yes.
Yeah. So
I just, it's ironic or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying.
Being a Pepe, having your friends, that's not normie shit. And if you're gonna have one symbol, you have to have the counter symbol. So they came up with the Wojak for the normie. This is a very plain one, often with a not very illustrated face, kind of to look like an NPC. Okay?
Yeah, I don't know if I'd call it a normie, but I guess okay.
Now, this doesn't quite describe, like, if you're going to meme somebody, and if you're going to essentially strawman them, turn them into a caricature, you need, like, more nuance than just this blank slateism. Now, soy culture is a whole other discussion, but using Wojak as a template, they're like, we really need to go after these fucking soy boys, whose wife's boyfriend bought them a Nintendo Switch for their vasectomy recovery.
Are soy boys millennial? Is that a millennial thing?
Yeah, 100%.
I was just thinking about it. I think it is.
Yeah, but and it's not necessarily their fault because when you look at how someone is, they're excuse me,
Jesus,
usually that way because of how they're raised. So is it their fault? No, it's their fucking Gen X and Boomer parents who raised them to be soft and gave them participation trophies, and yet somehow also wants to complain about participation trophy culture. What are we doing here?
I think that's like a 2019 guy thing.
Yeah.
2026 guys don't be doing that anymore. We're not soy boys anymore.
Absolutely not.
And then so now there's an evolution, okay? There's the Chud Jack.
Yeah, well,
Have you seen the Chud Jack?
the Chud Jack, I've not necessarily.
I think you've seen it because I think you sent me the plushie version of it.
Oh, Chud. Okay, so obviously, nothing ever happens.
Yes, that's his catchphrase.
And that can really cause somebody to become bitter and jaded. And in order to represent as these Pepes, they outgrew the optimism of the 2016 cultural revolution. The red wave that they thought was coming, it didn't drown anything.
Are you saying Chud Jacks are the evolution of the alt-right? Pepes?
Yeah, you can only be optimistic for so long. And when nothing continues to happen, you realize nothing's ever going to happen. And you go from being a Pepe to being a Chud.
So funny. It's funny because, we're Chuds,
Of course.
And it's funny because on this show, actually, on this exact show, we've been saying, I think maybe since last year, that nothing ever happens, unironically. And then I find out that's the catchphrase of the Chud Jack. I'm like, holy shit, they're actually made a meme of me. That's actually me.
Absolutely.
Except for all the things you said. I don't give a shit about that.
What, running through my head?
Yeah, that part of the meme I don't understand as much, but the nothing ever happens and the Chud just being like.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell you why. One, it's just a banger song. It's hype as fuck. It's the Red Scare theme song, too. That's a bonus thing. But you get to the end of that opening little, chorus type thing, and they say, "This is nothing now." It's very doomer, very Chud. This is nothing now. It was always nothing. It will continue to be nothing.
Okay. And by nothing ever happens, Doug, what do they mean?
Nothing's going to get better. Nothing's ever going to change. You will live in the pod. You will eat the bugs.
I don't think that's it.
You will owe nothing, and you will be happy.
I don't think that's what it means.
Then what do you think it means then? If you got all the answers,
What we've talked about, big news happens, then it gets forgotten about. No one even talks about it anymore.
yeah. Well, that's more of the concept of the memory hole. But I digress.
But it's like nothing ever happens. Something happens and then nothing's done about it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it is.
And the things that do happen are really downstream of any realization. Some of when the Supreme Court, I forget which one, I think it was just the straight up federal Supreme Court, they made it illegal to do racial redistricting. And
weren't they waiting on one vote? I don't know if it was racial, was it? It was just redistricting, right?
Well, the only reason that you redistrict is to racialize.
Well, they were saying that if the redistricting went through, it would be bad for minorities. I remember something like that. I remember Obama tweeting about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's because the redistricting that they've done now. Here's what's going to happen.
Okay.
Now that this change has been made, and I'm just talking about this from seeing people post about it, so not an expert, could be wrong. Do your own research.
Good preface. Good disclaimer.
Yeah, but they showed electoral maps for specifically Georgia, Florida, and Alabama. And they're this is what it looks like right now.
Oh, you didn't see the Louisiana one?
No. They're these are what it looks like right now. Now that legislators have done this, all these blue counties can be made into red ones. That if Georgia's a swing state, Florida is kind of a swing state too.
They both are.
I mean, Florida has not swung very much in the past 5 years.
Oh, true.
Then that's 3.
But you remember the 2000 election?
Yeah, hanging Chads, Bush Gore, all that good stuff. And President Gore would have. How do you think he would have dealt with the fucking Iraq War?
Dude, just 9/11.
Just 9/11.
Man, bear pig. What are we talking, dude? Al Gore just dude, I invented the internet. We don't have to worry about this.
Yeah.
Cyberbully them.
But it's one thing you got to consider that districts should reflect their populations ultimately, right? Compare that. I would think that a southern counties, southern districts, they would tend to be red anyway. Just historically. Contrast that to the Democrat version. They're all right, well, if we're going to do this, let's they call it computer chip, turning Illinois into the computer chip. where Chicago's right up there, on the lake, top corner of the state, and they're proposing an electoral map that every district in the entire state has a big chunk of Chicago in it. So it's all drawn from the top corner down, which Chicago being such a highly populated city, if everyone there, people vote, how do they vote in cities?
Yeah, we all know.
They vote Democrat, usually.
Yeah.
And so that just completely fucks anywhere. Like, I imagine a lot of those Illinois corn farmers are probably on the conservative side.
Yeah, but like, do you really think that's fair to like have every district have a piece of Chicago in it? Like, does that sound fair? Like even on paper, does that sound fair?
It's the opposite of fair, which is the point. They always talk about,
Like, obviously both sides try to gerrymander to their own base, right? But like if you think about representation and like who should be being represented in these states, it makes no sense to do it that way at all. Like, honestly, Illinois should probably be red, I would imagine.
yeah, all the
Midwest should be red, I feel like, for the most part. Maybe not. Like, Ohio, I don't know. But, yeah, it gets a little complicated. But, like, especially Indiana. Indiana's red as hell,
yeah.
for sure.
I mean, Ohio's brown now, but they elected Vivek Ramaswamy as governor.
They did?
Yeah.
Nice.
Boom,
Nice.
race joke.
No! Indiana, I know, is red. They be just giving away guns in that state. There's a gun show every corner. Like, come on down, get your guns.
They don't reload. They switch to their secondary.
Yeah,
like it's fucking Halo 1 tooltips.
bro pulls out his AK when he loads out the clip. He pulls out his pistol, well, just like in Halo. I'm going pirate mode. That's what I used to call it when you pulled out the pistol.
That's a good one.
But yeah, so anyway, I mean, yeah. What was the point of this?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing ever happens.
So that's it's a nothing burger thing. Like they've released this limitation on it. It can be done now. Doesn't matter much in the moment. Like, how the fuck does that, put money in my pocket, food on my table? How does it make the conditions around me materially better? It doesn't until you do, a couple of cycles of voting and things change. Like, this is the kind of thing that can affect the Electoral College. It's the kind of thing that definitely affects the makeup of Congress, both the House and the Senate, making it easier one way or another to have one of the major parties get more seats, which then affects what gets passed up and through. So yeah, in the moment, that kind of seems like nothing. Over time, it's going to matter a fucking lot. But for the meantime, nothing's happened. So that's the bow to put on it.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, how all those people were saying they were gonna want to assassinate Trump,
Yeah.
but like nothing ever happened. Not necessarily that they didn't try to assassinate him, thank God. Like, after everything, but like, there was no consequences. Just nothing ever happens.
Oh yeah. And Tyler, we're gonna as a country, as taxpayers, Tyler Robinson's gonna get to live a kept and paid for and safe life. All he had to do to earn that was kill Charlie Kirk. Nothing's ever gonna happen to him. And things do happen, and we'll get to this later on with some of the news stories I want to get to. They only tend to go a certain way, which that's the teaser for later on.
Sure. Do you want to bring up your gaming news, buddy?
Oh yeah. So
You got a little something?
my big gaming news is I unlocked Ascension 5 on the defect. I'm playing Slay the Spire on my phone, and so that's pretty important. I'm going to give you live updates throughout the show on how this run is.
I think bro's going ADD mode right here.
But no, the real thing, the actual sauce I wanted to talk about, this industry plant ass indie game of the year. It's gotten insane review scores.
Got insane reviews.
Outsized review scores. It's very fishy. It's a game by the name of Mixtape. Why don't you know about the game? So let's have you introduce sort of the concept to the people.
The concept? Okay, so the concept is, have you ever seen Into the Spider-Verse? It's like, looks like Into the Spider-Verse, but it's like about an idealized '90s teenager's life. Like, I think it's so the idea is like they just graduated. It's their last night together as teenager friends before they go off their separate ways, and they're gonna go out with a bang. Go out with a bang. It was a boom boom bang bang.
Kaboom, kablow.
and the main heroes of our story are two girls and this guy that think drugs and sex are the best thing ever. You know, classic teenagers.
Kind of based.
And the main antagonist is this girl's dad who just wants her to stop smoking weed and like do something with her life because he knows she's smart and athletic and can do something. So that's your antagonist, the guy that cares about his daughter. Wowee! and then
You know what? Fuck him. Fuck you, Dad.
that's what it is. It's her dad. And then so that's like the main idea behind the story, right? I think I pretty much covered that. Like it's these three people, these three teenagers in the '90s, basically trying to have a good time, and it's like what? It's basically like the writers projected what would be the best teenage story of my life, where the bullies didn't bully me, they thought I was cool, and like everything I did I got away with, and
Also, I'm gay.
a little bit, I guess, and like also like. Music, like that's a big thing. The thing's called mixtape, and every chapter has a song that goes along with it because the girl has like a mixtape throughout the whole game. And for an indie game, right? How the fuck did they get the licensing for all of these songs? There's a lot going on in this game with a lot of money.
Yeah.
And there is a person involved. I cannot remember their name, but her dad's like some important person. And obviously, this game had a lot of funding, a lot of funding that you wouldn't think an indie game would have. Kind of like how we talked about Expedition 33, probably shouldn't have been an indie game category.
It was 100% not an indie game.
Yeah, I mean, because it was, but it wasn't, right? This is kind of the same thing to me.
I mean, ex-AAA devs receiving tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah, so, like, yeah, this is different. This isn't the same sort of category, but obviously there was some funding here. Okay, so that's kind of the breakdown, though.
Well, sure.
Do you want to hear about my criticism?
Yeah, a couple of things I want to tag on there, right? First of all, this isn't a game. This is not a game.
That's one of the criticisms.
There is not a single thing, like, sure, you can, like, decide how the movie's going at certain junctions. But at no point is your input critical to achieving the end state of the story. It's a movie where you can press buttons if you want to sometimes.
Yeah, it's basically like an interactive movie.
So, which, call it that and I'm cool with it. Call it a game and we have a problem because it's diluting a medium that I think deserves to be taken a little more seriously than that. Tagging on to just the amount of money that's behind this, an insane amount of money. In perpetuity license for music can range anywhere from like $50K on the cheap end to $500K per song. And in a game all about music, where you got a lot of songs, that's millions of dollars in just music alone. To put it into perspective, games like the Grand Theft Auto franchise or like the Forza franchise, they don't get perpetuity, in perpetuity licensing. So you'll notice, like, if they go to remaster one of those games, all the songs that you knew from, like, driving around in the radio in San Andreas, it's new songs because they couldn't afford the old songs.
Right.
It's an insane amount of money. And this publisher, this studio, not a studio, but this publisher, Annapurna Interactive.
I will say, they're Australian, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, and yet they're trying to make this idealized American teenager thing. It's kind of funny.
Well, I mean, this goes into, I believe her name's Megan Ellison, daughter of Larry Ellison.
That's what I'm talking about.
The founder, CEO of Oracle, that we've talked about before on the show. They recently, within the past year, as part of TikTok staying in America, they acquired it. And people got really mad at how they changed the algorithm and auto-followed Oracle on everybody's accounts, and so not the point of what we're discussing, but like before in the before times when Annapurna started, they published cool stuff, actual indie stuff. At some point, they were purchased by private equity. Larry Ellison's daughter runs things now. That's where this homogenized, like globalized bullshit is coming from. She's bringing in that World Economic Forum agenda to what used to be, an actual indie publisher. She's brought in money and she's brought in politics. But yeah, you were saying?
Oh my god. Here's an example of part of the game. Hey guys, you guys want to listen to my new mixtape? Yeah. And then here's the video game part. Rewind the mixtape with a pencil. Use your stick. All right, done. Cutscene. Go again. Put the tape in the thing. Like there's literally the gameplay in that game, if you want to call it gameplay, is so bad. I think maybe there's a couple parts where you could play the game. Like when you throw the toilet paper and you're what is that called? TPing someone's house? Is that what that's called? And then there's a part where you're riding a skateboard, and it'll honestly just coast you through that part. But if you do somehow manage to fuck up and die, go off a bridge or something, it'll rewind you, and bring you back. And then and there's another part where you're side scrolling, running as the blonde girl. You could take your hands off the controller; it'll just keep going for you.
Fantastic.
Anyone who thinks that's a good game is really mistaken. I feel like it's a good movie.
Yeah,
and even then, it's not that good. It's very I understand that it's idealized and it's it's that self-aggrandizing whatever. It is not. It is not real. I'll tell you that. It's not very realistic, and it's very nostalgia baiting. It's not real. It's just nostalgia bait. What is that called? Not Game of Thrones. Fuck. What's the Stranger Things? Stranger Things is actual nostalgia because it's just a bunch of kids on bikes and it reminds you of the 80s, But then the story's its own thing. It's not where they took the whole nostalgia and made it the story,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's almost a case of with Stranger Things. It's being nostalgia, not for the thing itself, but for the whole kids on bikes thing is being nostalgic for E.T. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about it too.
I guess
it makes you nostalgic for the '80s too,
Yeah, I mean, it makes me nostalgic for the monsters under my bed. Where did they go? Folks, you notice this? You ever notice this? There used to be monsters under my bed. All of a sudden I grew up and they stopped coming around. What's the deal with it? Am I not good enough anymore? Am I not cool enough to haunt?
I think we have an answer for this. What do you think the monsters are?
Oh golly!
You forgot his last name. He's Monster Epstein, or Monster Combs.
And that's another thing. You ever notice this? You ever notice this, folks? I used to get taken on tours down to islands. Back when I was young, I used to be on islands all the time. Now nobody takes me to an island. What's going on with that? Okay, can someone explain that to me?
It's because you became a chud and nothing ever happens.
Fuck! Fuck!
Oh my god.
Dude, you're leaving out the best part of this video game, by the way.
No, I'm leaving it for you.
The most engaging gameplay of all the whole game. You get this fucking perverted cross section, an internal view of two mouths, and you're just rubbing your tongues over each other's braces. It's very uncomfortable. Nah.
Yeah, there's another gameplay section where you do a secret handshake. You just press the buttons to do it. Basically, okay, Until Dawn, The Quarry, and there's other games like this. I just can't think of any. Maybe Telltale games. You actually make decisions that impact the story. That's a game.
Yeah.
This is not a game. It's a movie.
Hey, it's a fucking movie.
Honestly, that Black Mirror Netflix movie that I can't remember the name of at the moment.
Bandersnatch?
Was more of a video game than this.
That's depressing.
That's off Netflix now, by the way. It's not there anymore, but that was more of a movie. I mean, a game, sorry.
Right.
You actually could make decisions that impacted the story. Holy fuck.
So yeah, I think if we put a little bit of a bow on this one, it's like, is it really like,
And so here's the thing. Game journals are giving this a 10 out of 10. Gaming journals. So it just goes to show the whole industry's rotten.
Yeah, and which we knew this, at the end of the day, it's like games journalism has been corrupted for a very long time. Honestly, it goes back to what we talked about last week with Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn, a big part of game, like just false reporting on what video games even are. But sort of this bow that I'm putting on it here, no matter what, at the end of the day, this could have been a movie, right? It's very offensive that all these fake scores are coming out. We're going to have to hear about this all year leading up to the Game Awards. And
I don't think this one was too bad in terms of like that political agenda, even though you were talking about that girl and stuff.
Well, Annapurna's done other
games. I don't think this necessarily that this was that bad. Like, I don't have a problem necessarily with the story. I mean, it's a little crazy, but, with that whole projection and all that and the nostalgia baiting. But, if you liked it, if you enjoyed it, good for you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm just saying it's not a game. That is my main criticism.
Real shit.
Yeah.
Not a game.
It's basically just like, let's watch a movie and like press buttons every now and then.
Yeah, or not even press buttons.
You don't even have to. You could just sit there.
So, wish it would have it could have just been a movie. It could have been, this is not a case of you got your chocolate and my peanut butter. It's get your movie out of my video games. And that's really about all I have to say.
Get your lobster away from my steak.
Right. Golly, I feel there was some kind of segue I had out of this, but
oh, well, I got a segue for you.
Please.
It's called a question.
Ooh, is it big?
A big question! It's a big question!
That's just how I like them, baby.
Oh yeah, big question, baby! Oh yeah! Dougie B.
Yeah, what you got?
Dougie B, Dougie.
Baby.
Dougie B. Dude, so get this, okay?
Okay.
We talked about this like a week or two ago. Top 1% of all vaginas, right? We talked about it.
Right.
What makes the top 1% of all dicks?
Fucking, I feel like, we got a lot less going on with a dick than a vagina.
Okay.
Let me take that back. Penis, okay?
Yeah.
If we're gonna use medical language, let's give it dignity to both sides.
Okay.
Honestly, it's not what you'd think, because you might just think big. Big in all dimensions would become a top 1%er penis. But there's this thing called husband penis, or boyfriend penis, if you will.
Okay, the golden ratio, if you will.
Indeed. You want to be a Goldilocks size in response to your partner, and that's supposed to, if I'm listening and learning, if I'm sitting my white ass down and listening, when a black woman's talking, something like that. Sometimes some girls are out here saying the big ones hurt.
Did you just say Goldilocks penis? Like my big penis is like Jupiter. It's uninhabitable, and then I have to be in the Goldilocks zone.
Yeah, for sure. My penis also can't be too humid, or it's going to cause a wet bulb effect in the vagina, killing off all the bacteria that creates that top 1% condition. So.
How do you feel about if like you're with a girl, right, and then afterwards she's like, dude, yours is the perfect size. The big ones hurt.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've never had my shit be called small, but it's also like, I feel like a nice woman is just gonna lie about your penis no matter what. So like, I've kind of never really relied on partner feedback in terms of whether my size is adequate or not. Like, you're supposed to say that, Just like I'm supposed to say, no, you don't look fat in those jeans, even though you haven't worked out in 2 months and that's a size too small for you.
Yes, that is very juicy. Okay, anyway, keep going with the Goldilocks.
So, here now we're talking about perfect structures, having the ideal structure. We have to look to nature, and we also have to look to architecture. You should be able to overlay the Fibonacci spiral over the entire cock and ball unit. So
Johnson.
If we're taking a side view, just superimpose that Nautilus shell over that. But then also, that's just for the profile, for the shape of it. When we're including girth, we're actually going to go to the silver ratio that you see in a lot of Japanese architecture, where you do want it to be just ever so slightly taller than it is wide. And then you can scale that up and down. There's not going to be a one-size-fits-all solution here, So, you got to find the lock that goes to your key is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
But yeah, those are just some thoughts I have on dick size.
So there's actually a mathematical formula that a friend of the show, This Is Lex, came up with.
Interesting. I thought we were going to talk about a friend of the show, John Lajoie, who is known for the equation E equals MC vagina.
Okay, but that wouldn't involve penis, so we're going to talk about penis.
Well,
because we're talking about the top 1% of all penises.
You know what? You're so right. No.
And I mean, I like him, because what are women good for?
Being around.
Cooking. This is from the song, guys. I'm quoting the song. Everybody relax. Cooking, cleaning, vaginas, and their sister's vagina.
Oh, golly.
Do you not remember that?
No, but that's awesome.
That's an oldie. That's from that song, I think. Anyway, obviously, if you take this seriously, you're redacted. But the mathematical formula. So dick to ball ratio. So dick divided by balls plus length. Wait. Yeah.
Dick over balls plus length.
No. Times length plus girth.
Times the sum of length plus girth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dick to ball ratio times length plus girth is the equation.
And it is equal to what?
Well, whatever it equals, if your number is good, your top penis level.
Okay, so this is very interesting. Like, and dick to ball ratio. I feel like that's always going to be 0.5. It's 1 dick to 2 balls. Okay. So we can simplify this down. So what we're really looking for is 0.5.
Half of length times girth.
Half of length times girth, and that's going to generate.
Length plus girth. Sorry.
Yeah. So let's say, realistically, the smallest penis, the smallest medical micro penis, is going to have a length of let's say 0.1, and we're using centimeters here just to make the units a little bit better. So 0.1 centimeters is time. We're doing length times girth
Plus.
length plus girth, and I mean,
I guess we can fix the formula if we need to in post.
yeah. So 0.5 times 0.11, because 0.1 centimeter length, 1 centimeter around girth. So half of 1.1 is what? Help me out. 6.5. No, that's too much. 5.5. So 0.55 is going to be our lower range for what are we calling the end result of the equation?
Dude, you're thinking about this too hard.
This is the bottom end of our range.
You're thinking about it too hard. Get it?
My man.
Hey, dab me up, brother. Well, the lower end of the range is like the 100th percentile. We're trying to get to that top 1% of all penises.
Yeah. But I'm saying, what's the academic name we're giving this range?
I think we need to talk to, is it Brian Johnson? Is that his name? We need to consult him on this.
Absolutely.
We need to tweet at Brian Johnson. Hey, we've got a mathematical formula for you.
Realistic length for large penis in centimeters.
That is gonna fuck up your search history.
Okay, so a realistic large length is 18.
Damn, 18
Is
sounds.
the
18
earth
sounds
on
crazy.
That hog.
Oh my god.
So we've got 0.55 is the lowest end of our range. And so let's take 18 times 15, which gives us
18 plus 15.
yeah. So that's 180 plus 40. Oh, plus 18 plus 15,
33.
33. Half of 33 is this one's 16.5. So 16.5 is going to be like approaching the upper range of possible dick number.
Yeah, micro is 0.55.
Yeah. So with our range of being 0.55 to 16.5, what is that range called? Like,
The penis spectrum.
sure, why not?
And then and then once you get to the there's a certain range of it called like the Goldilocks zone, right? To reference your answer.
What if we call it a shaft score? And if you're in the good band,
And what if and what if
so
my shaft is in the Goldilocks zone? And then what if
well, we're gonna call that band of scores. If your score comes into that proper band, you're a member of the Rod Squad. We're doing good work here. Okay, thank you, Lex. We're gonna have to put you as co-author on this.
Are we writing an academic paper?
I think we have to.
The Rod Squad. Dude, imagine like a gang of like bikers, but you're not actually a biker. You just have like the leather jackets, and you have Rod Squad, and like you're just a bunch of dudes that have the perfect score.
Oh, like the patch. I'm imagining the patch. So Rod Squad, like Hell's Angels, right? And then, have you heard of Rods of God? Like this space weapon that they wanted to come up with back in the day?
Yes, where they drop
these pillars of tungsten.
Yeah, if you drop it, like it's almost like a bomb. Yeah, because
So the kinetic impact is that.
Yeah. I've seen it in an anime, like where the guy like used that idea like in the show. It was crazy.
So Rod Squad, and then boom, Rods of God descending from the atmosphere. That would look so tough. That would look so tough.
They're like covered in like fire because they're coming through the atmosphere. Like, yeah, dude. Oh my god.
I mean, that's so tough looking. Even though I wouldn't make the cut, I still support it.
Yeah, dude. If you make the cut, they send you a jacket in the mail. You go to your doctor. The doctor's like does the formula for you. He's like, "Oh, dude, you're part of the Rod Squad. Welcome in, my brother." And you're like, "Oh shit."
It would open so many doors for you.
Yeah, dude. Ladies look at you different at the bar. You're hanging out with the boy. You're in the group chat. The Rod Squad group chat.
Hell yeah. Good stuff. We just did 20 minutes on penis. You guys are welcome.
There's no way we did. Oh, fuck. Did we do it? No.
It might have only been 10.
I think it was 10. Anyway, yeah, you're welcome. That wasn't in the Patreon. By the way, check out the Spotify exclusive premium. Let me plug that here. Great rendition of what would it be like if we ever got a sequel to Friends.
Hell yeah. Honestly, I think Robot Joey would probably be in the Rod Squad. Which, and if you're a robot, I mean, you're customizable.
It is a tungsten rod.
Could I be any harder?
Oh, man. Okay. We got to get into the news, bro.
Yeah, man.
I'm wondering if you said you had some legal news to talk about. I wonder if it's the same stuff I saw. But go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so my stuff is related to a couple of ongoing court cases. One that we covered briefly and is a little bit funnier, and then one that's a lot more serious and more recent. So, we all remember Clavicular, the Mog King himself, although not so much these days. He's been kind of spiraling. But he recently had a hearing It worked out a plea deal for when Florida, Fish and Wildlife got on his ass for shooting an alligator with a handgun.
Right.
Big no-no. So there's a plea deal being worked out. Like obviously, there can always be some kind of plea when you're in that stratum of wealth. The big news from this, he got mogged by the judge. This judge looked literally, the Chad, the black and white Chad that's everywhere, the one that's ridiculously sculpted. This guy looks like him. You imagine your whole shit is looks maxing and being handsome, and you're honestly pretty good at it. You've done it well. You won. People considered you top number one mogger.
Yeah.
You show up and it's literal Chad.
Are you talking about the one where they do the meme to the what's the name of that band? Bring Me the Horizon song, where it's like, Can you feel this? Can you feel my heart? And it's like that black and white guy. He's like shredded abs, and he's got like the perfect jaw and like the perfect amount of scruff.
Yeah.
Like I know who you're talking about. Oh my God, he looks like a handsomer Ben Affleck.
Which we hardly thought was possible.
We're approaching levels of look maxing that shouldn't be possible.
So that's just funny.
That is funny.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm glad. Like,
bro's getting mocked left and right these days. Poor Clav.
hey, heavy is the head. Heavy is the face that Maxis looks. As I think is how that one goes.
For sure.
Now this other one. I don't think we've ever talked about this guy on the show. Are you familiar with a gentleman by the name of Chud the Builder?
I was wondering if we were going to talk about this. I heard about this last night that happened this week.
Yeah.
I had not heard about him previously, but now that I know who he is just scum. He is absolute scum.
I mean, yes and no.
Look, he's clip farming, right? So this guy's a streamer, right? I don't know exactly where he streams. Probably on Kick, if I had to imagine, from his content.
I think Rumble lets him on too.
Okay. And he goes around being sexist and racist to people to get a rise out of them for clips. That's what he does.
Well,
Don't act like that's not what he does.
that's not what he does. It is what happens.
He goes around being an asshole.
It is something that he's verifiably done and has a pattern of doing. But it really goes he ended up being an IRL streamer. Like that's what his category is.
Yeah.
His life went to shit. That's all he had. That's what he turned to. And he got known for, he's being poor, in low income, high risk areas. Doing that kind of thing can cause you to get into trouble. It can draw attention. It can draw the wrong kind of attention. But his big thing that he went viral for, the first thing that he popped for, was these guys pulling up on him in a grocery store, making threats, being like, get that camera out of here, fuck you, calling him a F slur, all this stuff. And, really, people would say wilding out, or, they were making a scene. He never goes out of his way to start some shit, but he will always stand his ground.
Okay, so you're saying he didn't start that one. Right. He started the most recent one.
And he definitely did not start the one that has got him in jail right now.
All right, you're going to have to prove that to me. You're going to have to talk to me about that, because I've heard something different. But yes. Okay, so
he rarely starts the shit, but he will always, he'll double down. His famous phrase that he's known for saying, and when the escalation came, do something, oh, you're going to chimp out? Oh, are you going to chimp out? That's his big thing that he likes to say. It's his catchphrase. Obviously, that's super inflammatory.
That's super bad.
It's old school racist.
I mean, he goes even further. He goes even further beyond, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He lets it all out. He says every word you can imagine.
Yeah, if it gets to a certainly by the time that he start calling him the hard R, he has no problem blasting one right back.
Calling him?
Yeah.
Is he black?
No.
Justin Bieber's not black.
Very not black.
Why are they calling him
He
that?
looks like a Civil War general, for the good side, by the way.
You're so fucked for that. Let's not have a good or bad side, okay? Let's just anyway.
So you're saying that both sides were equally justified? All I'm saying is there was a good side. That's up to the interpretation.
You're such a fucking vague. Your vague maxing is crazy.
I love to post, but I would never actually say anything.
Do you know about this? That's like every girl on Twitter. Okay, go ahead. Keep going. About
So-
Chud the Builder.
Anyway, so that's your background on him.
Can we be racist? Yes,
Yes, we
we can.
You know, and at the end of the day, I'll say this: he's being inflammatory. There's no reason to go out of your way to assault him or try to actually do something. If that pisses you off, like, yeah, well, it probably should.
Well, that's the real debate here. That's the real debate. But we got to go over why he's in jail. Why is he in jail?
So, this guy, his star is rising. He's ascendant right now. He's the thing that everyone likes to pay attention to, and he's obviously pissed off a lot of black people. This one guy in particular was like, all right, this guy's going to be near me. I know that he's going to be near me. He's pissing me off. I'm going to go do something about it. So he's premeditated an act of violence on Chud the Builder because he doesn't like that he's racist. This is not a smart choice, but like this is a premeditated act of violence that's being planned. What level of violence he actually intended, I don't know. But this kind of thing, all violence can go sideways.
It
very
escalates.
fast. You get into a situation or whatever. Chud's basically minding his own business. This guy drives from like 2 hours away to go get him. Basically minding his own business. This black gentleman starts the altercation. Now that we have the background on how Chud stuff usually goes, of course it verbally escalates until the black guy attacks him first. There's a bit of a scuffle supposedly, but the guy's not getting off him, at which point Chud he's a known carrier of firearms.
Yeah, that's part of his escalation when he starts calling them words and things and whatever terrible things he says. He always shows his gun like, "Oh, you're gonna pull your gun? I got my gun. What are you gonna do?"
See, you're gonna pull your gun. Here's mine.
Yeah, he always has his ready to go.
And
Known Chud the Builder fact.
So,
By the way, as a Chud, I do not claim this guy.
yeah,
I don't want him in my Chud.
As a
zone.
Chud, I do.
I don't want him in my Chud zone. He's not part of my. He's a nothing. He's a something happens guy. He's not a nothing ever happens guy.
So gun gets pulled. Because he's not able to get this guy off him. This guy's not stopping to attack him. At that point, I think even it's self-defense. At that point, he shoots the guy, doesn't kill him, doesn't even really try to kill him. Shoots himself.
Yeah, I heard he shot himself.
So that's how much of a chaotic scuffle this was. This was like a make or break moment for Chud's survival, probably. Now, say what you will, I'm not a fan of all the N-word saying. I'm not a fan of saying chimping out. I'm not a fan of participating in continued escalation. This guy planned a premeditated act of violence, probably did want to kill him, and everybody has a right to self-defense. If this was somehow reversed, if this was like, let's say Chud was a Hotep Black Israelite, and his live streaming was all about oh, you Yakubian devils, what are you gonna do? I can't make up the rest of this analogy. That's something to workshop.
So what you're saying is it's now he's a black guy that's racist towards white guys.
Yeah, and let's say that pissed off some white person and they went to come and attack him. I would say Hotep streamer would be justified in that level of self-defense as well. It's a universal principle. It's in the Constitution,
See, I heard a very different story about this. So, be careful with false info. Because I heard a different story. I heard, he just, started saying all that shit to people at, a gas station. And then they tried to beat his ass. And then he shot because, it's self-defense. In that scenario, I still think he should be okay. Because it's self-defense. But do words... This is the debate. Should words cause violence? Just because you're mad because someone said something, should you beat someone up for it? The answer is
no.
No. Absolutely not. Does the word have the same amount of power as you beating someone up? No.
It's not an equivalency.
No. But yet, we're still in the situation that we've always been in.
Yeah.
Nothing ever happens to.
This is going to be very important on a lot of levels.
Should you be an asshole and say all those things? No. But, there's going to be jerks. There's always going to be assholes and jerks.
Yeah, and on top of that, we have this character profile. Most people wouldn't say Chud's a very good guy. They would not say Mr. the Builder's a good guy.
No, absolutely not.
You know, there's already so many consequences for him. He's completely unemployable. You know,
For sure.
all he can do, literally all he can do for the rest of his life is e-beg. Okay, so this guy is locked into a very like specific, isolated, not guaranteed, not stable thing. Probably doesn't have a lot of friends. You know, not a lot of people are
On his corner. Yeah.
Yeah. No, like he's a very difficult individual to associate yourself with, and like have your reputation be unscathed. So there are already so many consequences. This guy lives a very precarious life. You know. So what? Like he's already paid the price in terms of isolation, in terms of access that he has to society. Yeah, he made his bed. He has to sleep in it. I don't think you beating him up is going to change anything about it. I don't think you bashing his head is going to change anything about
Well,
it.
yeah. Well, that sounds like the premeditation part of it. I didn't know that was part of that.
No, very much so.
I did not know about that. I heard it was just like a random encounter that made this happen.
That's what it looked like at first. Obviously, there are unknowns to this. You know, the live stream footage. They're probably going to subpoena that, and so that'll come out eventually. But I don't think anyone really clipped it. So there's an issue there. It'd be nice to have that we would be able to know what for sure actually happened. But there's like some important legal stuff that's going to set some precedents with this. Like one, the judge that's in charge of his case right now is saying that he can't use crowdfunded money to post his bail, which that's insane. If that doesn't get struck down somehow, like money's money, and it's already an insanely high bail. Like a self-defense bail should not be set at $1.25 million. So what are we doing here? Like, are we saying that self-defense is a more egregious crime than a premeditated act of violence? What are we doing, Judge?
But this is where it gets all kind of crazy, bro. Because, like, I think about Austin Metcalf in that case. That's the name of the white kid, right? Austin Metcalf. I forget the other guy's name.
Carmelo Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony. Where, supposedly Carmelo Anthony provoked him, which is like Chud the Builder. Then he pushed him or whatever to get him out, physical contact. And in self-defense, he stabbed him 28 times or whatever the fuck. Like, is that self-defense? I don't think that the violence was the same. Like Chud got in an altercation. I think the other guy was just trying to get him out. He was like, just leave,
Well, yeah. Austin Metcalf died for pointing out that, like, hey, you're not a student here. You can't be, and also these aren't your bags. Don't go through them. Leave. To which Carmelo Anthony's response was, "I'm gonna stab you." And then talking about legal precedents for how like you're handling, the person in jail. Carmelo Anthony, pretty low fucking bail. They got like immediately posted through crowdfunding.
Yeah. Didn't
spend any time in jail. Got to go live at home. Still got to attend his graduation. All this kind of stuff. It's like almost like. Is he never going to go to trial either? They're just
nothing ever happens.
They're just going to keep kicking this case down the road. So, like, Carmelo Anthony is going to live the rest of his life having gotten away with murdering Austin Metcalf for no reason, like a true senseless murder. And people think there's people out there that think that's good. Okay, just like there's people out there that think it's good that this judge is deciding there's types of money that you can spend on this. I know I set your bail insanely high that no one has 10% of that on hand. So where else is the money going to come? But I decide what kind of money you can use. I don't care how you feel about it either way. That is morally unconscionable. That is a two-tier justice system. Nobody should be treated like that.
Yeah. Interesting stuff going on.
Yeah, it is only going to keep getting more interesting.
All I can say is I don't like Chud the Builder. But, like, bro was just trying to live. I get it.
Yeah.
That is clearly self-defense, in my opinion.
Yeah. I'm kind of where you're at. Would I say that I'm an ardent supporter of him? Would I associate with him? Not necessarily. But I want for him what I want for everybody else, which is, like, fair treatment, equitable treatment under the law, and the same rights that anyone else in society would have. Just because I don't like him or I don't like his behavior doesn't mean he shouldn't have rights. Whoa, crazy, great. Everybody should have rights. When did this become a right-wing opinion?
Yeah, that's so true, dude.
So that's where I'm at on that. But yeah, justice for Chud. He didn't deserve any of this. So
Yikes! Yeah, he didn't deserve is kind of crazy, but yeah. I mean, should words bring violence? No, they shouldn't. Maybe you should just learn how to fucking deal with it, dude. Just turn off the computer. Like fucking.
Have the fucking cyberbullying real.
Just turn off the fucking computer. I do have another legal case for you.
Sure.
If you want to hear about a legal case.
That sounds tasty.
So, Elon Musk posted about this, which was funny, but the legal case is, it's a blackmail extortion case. There's this guy named Wesley Edens, who's the co-founder of Fortress Investment Group, a major hedge fund, private equity firm, which, don't ask me what all that means, but it's like, it's like the big money, Wall Street sort of deal. And,
You said this was like a blackmail extortion thing, but this guy's white.
That's not what I'm...
Hey.
I don't think that's him, by the way. I think this is him.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so a Chinese MILF, hit him up because he, got divorced or something. I can't remember.
Based?
Yeah, he got divorced in 2022. Bitch hit him up on LinkedIn.
Real shit.
This is how we're dating in 2022, 2026. We're hitting each other up. We're getting the DMs on LinkedIn. Hit him up. They have a sexual encounter or something. Bro gets MILFed on. He's enjoying that Chinese.
Gets MILFed on is crazy.
He's enjoying that MILF Chinese. He's
a succulent Chinese meal.
He's getting a succulent Chinese MILF, if you will. And then.
I will.
And then she tries to. Sue him.
Like you do.
Yeah. And she wanted $1.2 billion after claiming he gave her HPV.
Real shit. Which, by the way, that's not necessarily the kind of thing that you can put on any one person because it's so prevalent in the modern world and everybody has had multiple sexual partners in their life. There's no patience. There's no patient zero in your own life for it. It's our HPV. Okay? Just like it's RPs.
RPs. So FBI investigated, they found crazy stuff, and she fled to China, and now she's charged with 4 counts, including blackmail and destruction of records.
Based.
So, kind of crazy. It's just... So what Elon had to say was, by far the most embarrassing thing about this is that the hedge fund guy was using the most cringe website on the entire internet for MILF sex.
I mean, is he wrong?
he got MILF sex from LinkedIn. I mean, he's not wrong. How are we using LinkedIn in the big 26 to get... I mean, it wasn't 2022, but using LinkedIn is crazy.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be a professional network, dude. What are we doing?
I mean, LinkedIn has had such a descent.
Have you seen those AI photos where girls will use AI to make themselves look professional for a LinkedIn photo?
No. That sounds incredible.
This was a trend from maybe a year or two ago. So maybe it's not big anymore, right? But there was a little bit where when AI was doing all that and they were using AI to take a photo of themselves and then it would put them in a suit or something and it'd be we're using those photos. I don't think those photos are necessarily very arousing, I guess. I don't know,
I mean, hey, anything can turn anybody on.
If you got hit up on LinkedIn by a Chinese MILF,
well,
would you?
I wasn't born.
If you had a chance to change your fate, would you?
No, because I wouldn't, only because of what I know. Right.
You know that she'd be trying to blackmail you.
Yeah, the circles I run in on Twitter taught me that young. There was a period of time where I followed a lot of San Francisco tech guys, like Silicon Valley types, and they've been talking about sexpionage for years. So, like, like just when you thought life was going okay, you're mysteriously hit up by an Asiatic intern. Brother, your startup's going down. Like, they're stealing your idea. Bye-bye, Codebase.
Damn.
Did you at least hit no? Okay.
Yeah, if you hit the good, okay.
Man, but if I didn't know that, I would think like, beautiful big titty butt naked women do just fall out of the sky, though. I mean, this guy was an old ass guy. I doubt that he was like, oh, I can't believe this. This is incredible. I knew it. I knew it was gonna pay off.
Right after my divorce.
The timing. God is good. God is good. How good is our God?
A beautiful, succulent Chinese MILF.
Very good. Doctor?
Doctor.
Well, what a time we've had today. You know? We did some academics. We covered the news.
We did history.
Indeed. We made history today.
Well, we talked history about the meme wars. We talked about a lot of stuff, Doug.
Yeah.
Were we funny?
I thought we were. I made you laugh. You made me laugh. That's all that counts. This show's for nobody, but if it's for anybody, it's for us. You know what what artists always say is like, you gotta make the music you want to hear, or the game you want to play, or the show you want to watch. So I feel like we did that. I feel like I'd be really happy if I stumbled upon this and I was like, these guys rule.
I think you gotta simplify that, dude.
What's that? What do we?
You gotta be gay.
Yeah, your mom.
That's all you were saying the whole time. You gotta just be dumb and gay.
Yeah, be dumb and gay. Jack off.
Make mixtape. Make mixtape.
Tell your dad to kill himself.
Fuck you, Dad. I'm gonna be a stoner. That's literally what she's like doing.
Oh, hell yeah, dude! I'm about to fight the timekeeper.
Is that the end?
The call back to earlier in the episode. We're still going, baby.
Is that the end?
Yeah, it's one of the Act 3 bosses. So,
I mean, is it over after that?
well, yeah, because I'm not good. I'm good at the game, but I'm not good. So if I had picked up all the keys along the way, I could have let myself into Act 4 and fought the secret boss. Which someone's gonna cry spoilers, and I'm like, buddy, this game's been out for 7 years. If you didn't know about this,
Wait, is this the original?
yeah.
Okay.
I don't have 2 on the phone yet.
Okay, well, look. Bro's making it happen. He's gonna at least he's about to finish his run, basically, right?
Yes, sir.
This whole episode, you're finishing your run.
Yeah.
That's great. That's really good, Doug. I'm really happy that you got games on your phone and you've just been ignoring me playing your game.
I've not been ignoring. I've been engaged the whole time.
I know, I'm kidding, bro. Are we doing shots, though?
Yeah, I think it's about time to part some. So hit me with it.
Okay. So, fellas, ladies,
Yeah.
females and fellas, come on down to twitch.tv/Seth_Nacho411. This week, I'm thinking it's probably only going to be Monday again because I got stuff going on. So I'll be doing a somewhat longer stream. I'm not sure what time yet, though, so I'll let you know. Well, I won't let you know. You'll find out. It'll
A
happen.
long stream.
Yeah, a bit long, yeah, because that's the only day I can do it. And then, besides that, and also it's the last day of 2v8, so that'll be fun, to send it off.
You said that was Monday
Yeah.
at twitch.tv/Seth_Nacho411.
I definitely said that part as well. Yes.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what to leave you with. All right, you want OnlyFans or do you want AI?
Ooh, how about some OnlyFans?
Okay, we'll do the OnlyFans then. So, there's a girl in OnlyFans named Alice Rosenblum, or Blum, I don't know. and she met her subscriber for the first time, the one who had spent $2 million on her. So this is my cautionary tale about supporting OnlyFans models and what this is really like. The subscriber made a comment about Alice's weight upon seeing her. You look way fatter in real life, he said.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of crazy. I mean, you can see her photo.
Yeah.
I don't think she looks that fat, but you know, I guess she's a little thicker.
That's that classic, like, well, it's an angles game, you know, perspective, and then you also always, the app's called Facetune, but you use it on your hips to make your waist smaller.
Anyway, the subscriber confessed that he has jerked it to Alice's content 3 times a day. Then he tried to touch her arm. She said, "Disgusting, stay away from me. I'm calling the police." And then she demanded the man be removed immediately. So it just goes to show being a simp never pays off.
Yeah. How fucked up is that?
Stop spending money on people that they're just gonna do this to you. I mean, if you like yerking it to an OnlyFans model, and you know you got to subscribe every month. I get that. I guess if that's your jam, but maybe you don't spend $2 million on them.
Yeah, there's no way there's a payoff there.
Yeah, like you're literally just throwing money away. I mean, the payoff is that you're yerking it, right?
I mean,
anyway,
yeah.
but let's not discuss it. This is a parting shot. Go ahead, buddy.
Over here, you already know it's your boy Thug B. Get at me where you at me. If you can't, it's because you're not supposed to be able to. Why are you trying? I thought you Ben knew what time it was. I mean, really, honestly. As far as something to think about, something to talk about, even if you're not going through it, even if you're not like particularly down in the dumps, you know what genre hits that I feel like people kind of ignore in music nowadays? Old-timey country heartbreak songs. You know, I talk about a little bit of, she's acting single, I'm drinking double. You know, just something about a cowboy pouring out his heartache. Woo! That's pretty nice. Pretty nice if you know how to enjoy it. So, yeah, go listen to some of that. It's pretty good. Or don't. You don't ever have to do anything I tell you to do.
God. You know what that made me think of?
What's that?
Hotline Bling.
It can only mean one thing.
Well, like ever since I left the city, you know?
Okay,
Yeah.
true.
Anyway.
Drake is kind of a cowboy in a way. You know, he's got that lasso.
I forgot about that.
Hey, so you don't have to do what I tell you to do, but you do have to do what you always have to do, which is carry water, chop wood, and most importantly,
Choo choo shiose.